Apparently, the lives of our brave, loyal, heroic veterans aren't that important. That's right, many of our U.S. veterans don't have shelter, food, clothing, the essentials to life. In fact, there are 49,933 homeless veterans living in the United States today. That is about 8.6% of the homeless people population. Veterans typically experience homelessness because of their disabilities due to the war. They are not capable of working. Additionally, veterans often experience difficulties returning to civilian life. Some don't have strong social support networks, such as family, and many may not have the skills or education that can be easily transferred to employment outside of the military. You will be surprised at the fact that someone with as much skill and discipline from the military isn't able to get a job considering that they served our country. Many may not know a homeless veteran from a normal homeless person you see on the street every day. So let's talk about both. An article from Herald Tribune states Sarasota went forward with its plan to remove the benches in Shelby Five Point Park in May 2011 in order to please those who pay, quote, the highest property tax value in the country by discouraging the homeless people and apparently everyone else from using the park. People would do anything to keep the homeless people away. No, people don't want to see the homeless people sleeping on the ground and on the benches, but where are they supposed to go? These rules were set to harm, not help the homeless people, but to help the rich people save face. They don't have a place to eat, sleep, or bathe. Veterans put their lives on the line for us, and the least we can do is give them food and shelter. If you serve in the Army, how don't you have enough skill for a normal job to receive income to survive? This affects the veterans themselves and other homeless people from living their lives. This affects the U.S. because it increases our homeless population, which we are trying to decrease. The Catholic Church believes decent, safe, and affordable housing is a human right. The Church states, your human rights have already been violated. Your country has resources to ensure that there's enough affordable housing for everyone, but it simply does not make this a priority. The U.S. government should be allocating more money for low-income houses, not cutting those funds. As a result, the resources which could have helped you in your time of need are not available. The church feels everyone should have the right to necessities, and so do I. This also violates human dignity. Everyone has a right to basic human life. The veterans aren't always given the opportunity or asked to apply for shelters, but instead they are being thrown out of their little made-up properties instead of being helped put into shelters. The natural law is being violated because one of the primary precepts of natural law is life. We are to help preserve life when they are leaving the homeless out on the streets to starve. The new law, in which Jesus states we should take care of our neighbors, but they are not being taken care of because instead we are removing the benches instead of helping them get into homeless shelters. According to some states, homeless people are breaking the civil laws. Some states ban certain things such as lounging on furniture in public places. Loitering and disturbing the peace have been used to harass and arrest homeless people. A story of a homeless woman in California arose. A homeless lady was resting in the park under a tree while her child was playing in the park. Laws were passed banning people from laying on furniture so that this wouldn't happen again. This is a sin because many laws were broken. Taking advantage of the poor is a mortal sin because the church states the economic and social exploitation of the poor for profit harms the dignity and natural rights of a victim. It is a sin that cries to heaven for vengeance. The mortal object would be pushing the homeless people away. The intent of the article should have been to help the homeless because that is what is right. Yet the intent was to set rules and laws to help the homeless stay away to keep property value up. The circumstances behind this article will be the homeless people are taking up space on public grounds, and some people think that brings the property rate down. Is the property value more important than the lives of our homeless people and our homeless veterans? Homeless veterans go through this every day. Some people show the vice of wrath, meaning annoyance, anger, or displeasure towards homeless people because they feel that they are taking up space, which did the article. Why are homeless people treated so unfairly, like they aren't humans? Why do cities punish them for things that they can't control? No one knows. Though there are shelters they can go to, some shelters are temporary, so they'll be right back on the street, and some shelters are full. Homeless people need our help every day. We should donate to the ones we see on the streets, and we should donate to shelters, and maybe help in a shelter sometimes. We should donate clothes and other things to Goodwill and other charities. The least we can do is help our neighbors and treat them with respect.